everyone, welcome to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones Cooper. Peyton List got her start on the Disney Channel with shows like Jessie and Bunk'd, but now she's going primetime with a guest starring role on this new CBS series, Happy Together, which follows an ordinary couple whose tame routine is taken over by a rock star. Peyton also stars in the new Hulu original series, Light as a Feather, and recently launched her own clothing line, appropriately called List. We're going to talk about all of that with Peyton, but first, a clip from Happy Together.
Sierra Quinn, what a surprise.
You must be Jake and Chloe.
My name's Claire.
Pass.
Sierra, what are you doing here?
I just came to say that I'm willing to let pylons be pylons. We're too big a brand to let some old lady with her original teeth come between us. No offense, Corky.
Not even close to Claire.
I don't know, every time we have the smallest argument, you get so dramatic.
You saying that makes me want to kill myself.
Everyone give it up for Peyton List.
Thank you. Hi, guys. Oh, my gosh.
I love
character.
Sierra.
You do?
She's so funny.
I thought I was going to be the most hated person after it.
There's something about somebody who you know is sort of like negative, but she's also funny and kind of silly, and I think it's fun.
Okay, cool. Good.
So how did you get tapped to be a part of Happy Together?
How did I get to be a part of it?
Yeah.
Well, I ended up getting an audition while I was still working with Disney on Bunk'd, and yeah, I went in like everyone else. I feel like I've been kind of starting from the ground up after finishing with Disney, like having to go in and kind of prove myself again. And it's been weird because I haven't been in the audition room for a while, at least for pilots and for TV shows. So I'm actually so excited right now, and it's been so fun. And I don't like going straight into meeting a director or something. I want to prove myself. So it was good. And then actually the director of it is Phil Lewis, who has directed other Disney shows, and he was on like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So when I saw him, I was like, don't give me a good word just because I know you. But he said, no, it's fine. I didn't have to fight for you. So
yeah. I always thought that auditioning process would be so stressful. For you, what is like the biggest thing going in that you have to like prepare yourself for?
Oh my gosh. I just think I have to remember that they want me to do well, because at first I was always like, it's me against them. It's like, it's so much pressure, but I think they want me to succeed, and they just want to find the best person. So but I remember when I came out of this audition, I just had giant sweat stains and I was hiding. I was like, oh my gosh, but now I'm getting used to it again and like being more chill and not getting as nervous.
So tell us about your character, Sierra, and how much do you get to influence in her, or how much do they tell you, or is she inspired by anybody?
They didn't say whether or not it's inspired by anyone. I hope not, because she's so crazy, but it's also so fun to play. But yeah, I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of did just like an over-exaggerated version of people that I've seen in the industry or people that I've met. And yeah, they didn't say whether or not. It's like Harry Styles is a producer on it, and it's sort of like based off of his... very loosely based off of when he lived with the producer of the show for about 18 months. So, yeah, they didn't say which girl he's dated, if it's based off of anyone.
I thought that was a real fun fact about this show, that Harry Styles is an EP. It's like, can he do no wrong? I mean, this guy can do everything.
Yeah, what can he not do?
I know. And the fact that it is sort of loosely based off of his own story, because when I saw the premise, I was like, oh, in what world would a rock star go live with like an ordinary couple? But it was actually something that he did.
Yeah.
Which is really fun.
Yeah, exactly, which is really, really fun. And they had a scene that ended up getting cut in the show, and it was that this character Cooper, like shows up to their house in an elephant head trying to avoid like paparazzi and fans. And I was like, that seems a little, like, it's a sitcom, so whatever. I was like, I'll let it slide. And then later on, they were like, no, that's actually what happened. I guess he did show up in an elephant head. So I was like, okay, I'm not judging then. I thought that was just like TV being dramatic and over the top, but... Yeah.
So what is it like working with this cast? Because Damon Wayans Jr. is somebody who I loved on Happy Endings. He's so funny, and everybody in the cast is so great.
Everyone is. They're all hilarious. Damon was cracking me up. Just even things that he would ad-lib or add, like I was trying to keep a straight face because everyone's so talented and cool. Yeah, it's really nice. I've been so lucky. Like even on Light as a Feather and this show, everyone's so nice. There's no divas. Everyone's so chill. So. It's been nice.
And CBS Primetime is a big deal. I mean, those shows are watched by so many people and so loved. So how different is it for you to be on a big network like CBS versus another big network like Disney, but it's very different audiences?
Yeah, very different. I guess I won't really know until it premieres to see how the audiences differ, but usually it's lots of like kids or teenagers that come up to me from Disney, and then I can go out and LA or in Silver Lake and like nobody knows. So I guess it'll be a little different. It'll be a little different now.
I don't know. I feel like people know who you are. You have like 13 million Instagram followers.
Which is so weird. And now I meet people who don't even know what I do. I don't even think they know I'm an actress. They probably just think I'm like an influencer on social media or something. So there's so many different people who know me for different reasons. Yeah, but I like Instagram for that reason, just being able to share random things with people who never watch the show too.
That's got to be fun for you, though, that you get to try so many different things. I saw that you're also in a new show on Hulu called Light as a Feather.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different turn, I think, because it's kind of like a supernatural thriller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So can you take people through the premise of that show?
So basically the game Light as a Feather that everyone played as a kid is kind of what this whole thing is based off of. We have this tradition, these like 5 girl best friends, and we all go to the cemetery every year on Halloween, and we play the game, or a different scary game every year. And this time it kind of goes really terribly, and the sort of stories that are told over the girls start kind of coming true.
Did you ever used to play that Light as a Feather game as a kid?
Yeah.
I did too.
I did. Did you tell good stories? Did you ever tell the stories?
No, I just usually volunteered to lay there.
Did it
But I
work?
like to
Did
take
you
naps.
levitate?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it works, but you don't know if your friends are just, you don't know.
I know.
But you play a lot of those weird games. You remember what's the one where you
Ouija
say in
board
the,
and-
the one where you like say in the mirror, it's like,
Oh, Bloody Mary?
yeah, Bloody Mary. That
I
one would
still won't
scare.
do that.
No,
I'm not going in the bathroom and saying that 13 times. There's no way.
yeah.
I'm scared.
I could never do that stuff. And we're heading into the spooky season of the year
know.
where everything, this is when Light as a Feather is coming out, all these spooky movies. Are you into all of that?
No, absolutely not. It's funny because I'll do them and I'll work on them, but then when it comes to watching them, I don't know. A strong friend has to convince me. Also, an old woman passed away in my house. So before I moved in, and I just moved in, I'm all alone, and so and my friends will come in, and my boyfriend, they'll come in and they'll start yelling her name, and I'm like, I don't want to believe any of this. I don't want to, and so I don't want to watch any movies and bring up any bad ideas or thoughts in my head. But I heard she wasn't that nice too. So I feel like if she would have come out and done something, I probably would have annoyed her with my like singing.
I was gonna say she hasn't haunted you yet.
No.
My cousins moved into a house and they like got haunted by the person who died there. So like, just be nice to her.
I've heard some weird stories from people, especially on old sound stages in LA and old sets. It was funny because like someone's shoes on Jessie went missing and like we're in their shower and weird things, and like someone's grandma got like a phone call of some like girl crying in the middle of the night, and we found out that it was a kid pranking everyone like throughout the thing, but all these adults were scared out of their minds, so it's funny.
You never know. So I'm with you. I'm not going to push the boundaries too much. What about Halloween? Are you a big Halloween person?
Yes.
You know what you're going to dress up as this year?
I don't know yet. I was kind of thinking Barbarella or some. I don't know yet. Last year, my boyfriend and I went as the main characters in True Romance, which was fun. So, what about you?
I usually go real big.
Really?
Last year I went as Black Swan and my friend was a White Swan, but I'm black and she's white and we switched roles. There was like a double meaning there.
Okay.
This year I think we might be going as Clueless.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned your boyfriend, Cameron how do you say the last name?
Monahan,
Monahan.
yeah.
It's like monogram? I love him in Shameless. I mean, he's so fun. And you guys have a movie that you worked on together.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
It's called Anthem of a Reluctant or now it's
It's
Anthem
different.
of a Teenage Prophet. They changed it on me. But yeah, it's going to the Vancouver International Film Festival on this October 6th. So we're going, and it's going to be a big premiere for it. I'm really excited.
So what was that like working with him? Were you guys seeing each other before, or was it you kind
No.
of fell in love on the set?
Yeah.
Aww.
And yeah, like the whole cast, we all shared a trailer because it was indie, low budget. So we all just were kind of like all in the same hotel, not in the same room, obviously. But yeah, so I feel like it was a small town in Kelowna, like 2.5 hours away from Vancouver. So we all really got to know each other and like all became so close. And then, yeah, sort of in the middle of it, Cameron and I started like kind of realizing that we liked each other, and then started dating after.
That's so much fun. It just must be fun to be seeing somebody who understands your schedule and all the different projects you're working on,
That is
because he
brilliant.
has just as much going on.
Yeah, he's so understanding, which is so nice. And I am too. We're always like, okay, if work comes up, it's fine. Like, that comes first. But yeah, I can't imagine having someone who isn't, but I'm sure they would understand too eventually, but it'd be difficult. But yeah, he's actually in New York right now filming Gotham, so I get to see him while I'm here.
And Anthem, tell us about that, because I thought the premise was really cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It's basically this boy Luke, who Cameron plays, ends up predicting the death of his best friend one night, and it ends up coming true. And that character who passes away, his best friend, is my character's boyfriend. So they're both kind of coping with the death, and he's kind of coping with his realization that he can predict and like foresee deaths. So, yeah.
And this was more of a dramatic role for you.
Yeah.
So how do you approach that differently than maybe some of the comedies you've been a part of?
I feel like I just end up watching a bunch of darker movies, a bunch of dramas, and sort of it is a hard transition, especially because I finished a season with Disney and then went straight to that. So I was like, okay, I really have to shift my mind and kind of get in this place. But yeah, just kind of going over the material a bunch of times, and really anytime someone would bring up my boyfriend's character who died in the film, I would start to really like feel emotional and feel really sad about it, even in life. And it was starting to weird me out because I felt like this guy was real and had passed away. So I don't know. I feel like you start to get into it in too much. But
how do you learn to leave that on set? Does it take a while, or do you end up taking some of that home with you sometimes?
I feel like if I'm working on a comedy, like I'll feel, I don't know, in my life, I feel like I'll take it home with me. So yeah, there's a bit of that. Yeah.
That's crazy. Acting is so intense like that. What are some actors that you really sort of look at and say, okay, I like how they do this, or I learn from them a lot?
I mean, there are certain actresses that there's so many I look up to. I feel like Cate Blanchett and I like Reese Witherspoon. I don't know. I just watch a bunch of different things. Anything that's Oscar nominated that year, I just will watch all the movies. And
you've had all these amazing different roles. Is there something that you'd want to tackle next, or like a fun, exciting project that you think would be cool to be a part of?
It's interesting because I just kind of wait until I see a script that kind of falls into my lap, or a project that comes to me. I'm not like, oh, I want to do a movie next. I want to do a TV show next. I want to do drama next. Just kind of whatever I really love. Like I just read the script, and if I vibe with it, if I connect with it, then I'm like, I want to do this and be a part of it and want to fight to be a part of it. So.
That's exciting. And I would imagine, like you said, coming from the Disney Channel, now there's like all these new opportunities and so many different things you can do.
Which is so amazing, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's been really fun. Yeah.
So beyond acting, you're also taking your turn as a fashion designer.
Yeah.
So how did your clothing line come about?
A couple months ago, actually, a friend of mine was sitting on a plane next to the people who kind of manufacture and help design the clothing. And so she was like, you should meet my friend Peyton. And so we met up and we talked, and we kind of like I shared my mood boards with them, shared my ideas with them, and we really got along well. And then that's how it came about. And I've always been wanting to do it. And back on Jessie, I played a character who's very fashionable, and I feel like that kind of like came into my own life. And I meet all these like little girls constantly who have been asking me to make a clothing line, so it's kind of for them too. And yeah, and it's been fun because I have an Instagram account for the clothing line. It's a lot smaller than my own, so I've been able to really talk to people and DM fans and things, and make friends on there, which is nice.
So what is the vibe of the line? How would you describe it?
It's very much what I would wear in my day-to-day life, just kind of like this: ripped jeans, distressed denim, regular clothing, just regular tops, and yeah, just things that girls can feel comfortable and confident in, really.
And how involved have you been in the process?
Very involved.
Yeah.
From the start, I was constantly like on phone calls and group chats and emails and going back and forth. And the first line that I got, I really didn't like, and I felt like I needed to go back in and keep going. There was about 3 rounds of things before I really found what I love. But yeah, I'm very hands-on with it, and I run all the accounts and run everything, and I'm doing customer service and constantly emailing, and yeah.
Is that ever intimidating? I mean, that's really like your own businesswoman now. Like, do you ever walk into the room and have to like pump yourself up, like I can do this?
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like I need to just like open my chest
power
up,
pose,
do
yeah.
a power pose and walk in. But everyone's so young at the company that's been helping me out, Fanjoy. So it's nice because I feel like they do respect me and work with a lot of other young people. So yeah.
And it's probably just another cool way to connect with all of your fans too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it definitely is.
Because it's like you're almost like a lifestyle in a way for them. Like I know that I've looked at your Instagram. Your followers are so like they stand for you and they love you so much.
They're
So
amazing.
it's like you're giving another part of yourself to your fans, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them, and like I said, it's been so nice to be able to really talk to them more and them wearing my clothes and like posting pictures and seeing it actually makes me so happy. I'm always like, I want to repost it and like talk to them more, and it's so nice.
And this week is Fashion Week in New York City. Have you had a chance to go into any shows?
Yes. Well, actually, I went to the Harper's Bazaar party the other night, and that was just, it's so New York and so incredible. It's like at the Plaza Hotel, and I feel so fancy. And I also went to Carolina Herrera's show and Naeem Khan's show. Yeah.
So what is it like going to those? I mean, you've got a toe in this world now too. Does it kind of inspire you to try different things, or are you just kind of like taking notes?
It does. It makes me realize too how much work I have to do because they're on such another level, and the amount of detail and passion that they put in it is incredible. And even like with Naeem Khan, he has like so many beaded, detailed, beautiful dresses and pantsuits and everything. And I went into his office, and he was the one that like greeted us at the door for the fitting. So I realized how hands-on he is, and it inspired me.
I think that's the best part of just being at your age. It sounds like the world really is your oyster. You can really dip your hand in a lot of different things, and it sounds like you are. I mean, including music.
Yeah, and music too. I just started recording music. I was really hesitant for a while because I feel like every Disney girl does music at one point, and I didn't want to just, be jumping on the bandwagon, but it is something that I've been really, really passionate about, and I wanted to make it sound right. So I'm happy I'm doing it at the age I am now, because I see so many things from when I was younger that I just regret so much. Even outside, like they had photos for me to sign, and I was like, oh God, why? Why did I do that? But that's like the perk of starting off young, is that I have all these amazing people, but also some things I really regret. So with music, anyways, I'm really happy that I'm starting it now, and I'm starting it really right. And it feels a lot like me. And I always play all these different characters, but I get to express myself, which also is very scary, because when I'm playing someone else, I feel so good and so confident. And then when it's myself, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know what to do.
It's hard to be vulnerable, and music is a very vulnerable experience. I've heard like creating a sound and the lyrics and all of those things really do reflect who you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's very vulnerable, and I have to be super open with people in the studio, and yeah.
So what is your sound? How would you describe that?
Sort of indie pop, lo-fi, just chill. Yeah.
I love that. Just chill. That's my favorite music. I'm like, as long as it's chill, it can just play on repeat forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's my favorite too.
Exactly.
Spotify knows. It's just chill, all the playlists.
Spotify knows everything. They're like always constantly recommending the perfect playlist.
Yeah.
I love them. All right. Well, I think it's a good time to go to the audience for a couple of questions. Who'd be first?
How are you, Peyton?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I was wondering, with your clothing line, has attending many fashion shows and your interest in fashion inspired you to make your clothing line?
Yeah, because I have been going for years to different shows and everything. So it did inspire me. And I feel like going behind the scenes, I was like, I kind of want to try at that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they're so amazing and so good and so talented. So if I could even be half of that, I'll be so happy. But
Next question.
thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So I actually talked to you about your line already.
Yeah.
But besides that, what are you doing in like your spare time, when you're relaxing?
You're like, what's relaxing?
Yeah.
Do you have any spare time?
No, I actually do. I end up just spending a lot of the time with Cameron, my boyfriend, actually, or I watch a lot of movies, and I just eat a lot of food. I feel like whenever I have a moment to meet up with friends, I'm just like, let's find a restaurant to go to. And I feel like my dad's also a cook, so in my family, like food just brings us all together. And yeah, I'm constantly just finding a place to eat.
Awesome.
What's your signature dish that you can make?
I can't make anything.
Oh, me neither.
Everyone makes fun of me. I can't make anything. I feel like I just like grew up on sets, and then my dad is a really good cook, so I just am like, you want me to chop something? I can do that. You want me to like grate some cheese for you? I can do that. But
That's why I live in New York City, because you don't have to cook.
Exactly. Like Carrie Bradshaw, she uses like her oven and her cabinets for clothes. I feel like that's gonna be me.
I have towels in my cabinets in my kitchen.
Really?
Towels
See?
and sheets. It's like my linen closet.
Exactly. I'm so tempted to use my kitchen as a closet, but my dad will be so angry at me.
I support this.
Yeah.
I think you should do
That's
it.
my passion.
It's your
so-
space. You use it however you want.
Yeah, that's his. He can go to his own place.
And I think we have one last question before we go.
Hi.
Hi. I wanted to know, since this show is produced by Harry Styles, were you able to meet him? Oh, and also a friend of mine, her name's Cosette Renab. She says for me to tell you, say hi.
Oh, tell her
How's
say
it-
hi.
Yeah.
No, I ended up not meeting him because the episodes that I'm in, he wasn't there for. But I heard that he did go visit the set. But yeah, I never got to meet him. But I heard that he saw the tapes and saw the auditions and approved everything and approved all the scripts. So he's been very hands-on, but behind the scenes. I'm sure he's so busy traveling and
He's literally so busy. But it sounds like he gave his stamp of approval on it, and obviously you're a part of that. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm excited to see Happy Together. If you
Thank
guys want to
you.
check it out, it debuts on CBS on October 1st. Give it up for
Thank you
Peyton List.
guys. Thanks.